It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back at the confessional. And yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy, Lucky Wheels of Deals, man. He keeps it lit. Make sure y'all guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. We're going to get into this video right now. We got a reaction. Make sure y'all hit the links down below in the description for Hive Mind Labs and Opulence Scents, man. We got the CJ So Cool teenage perpetrator who was one of the actual shooters. Okay, now we're gonna listen to him plead guilty to his sentence and what type of time he is looking at. Okay, so let's get into it, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit as we go.
All right, this is on for calendar call. The jury trial is scheduled to start next week, but I did get a guilty plea agreement filed into this case. Mr. Rutledge, is the case negotiated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and state the negotiations for the record.
Your Honor, he's going to be pleading guilty to counts 1 and 3, robbery with use of a deadly weapon, and count 2, battery with use of a deadly weapon in this case, and robbery with use of a deadly weapon in his second case, which is still in justice court. Yes. As set forth in the third amended fourth superseding indictment. And the state has the right to argue but will not seek more than 10 to 30 years total between the cases and counts.
So just so I'm clear, is he pleading in this case to
Yes.
the
He
robbery
gonna get at
that's
least
from
10.
the other case? No, he's pleading in another case.
Yeah, there's a DPA that will be filed in the other case. The more recent cases picked up.
Understood. Okay. Mr. McDuffie, is that your understanding of the negotiations?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your true and full name?
Antoine McDuffie,
How old are you?
17,
How far did you go in school?
11th grade.
So is it fair to say that you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Bruh sound like a little peon, man. Boy, young, 17, didn't even pass the 11th grade, looking at 10 years in the Nevada State Penitentiary. And he might go to California. He still might have to face that murder. I wonder who's facing that murder with. So that's crazy, man. Hey, kids, it ain't worth it, okay, for a Lamborghini key.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication today?
Yes.
Do you understand you're being charged with 2 counts of robbery with use of a deadly weapon and 1 count of battery with use of a deadly weapon resulting in substantial bodily harm?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to those 2 charges, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is anybody forcing you to plead guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
I wonder if those charges has anything to do with CJ So Cool shooting, because this is in regards to the CJ So Cool case. So we're gonna see.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the potential penalties for this charge are as follows?
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on, let me go through them and then tell me. I'll stop after each paragraph. All right, so count 1 and 3, the robbery with use of a deadly weapon. The robbery carries 2 to 15 years, Nevada Department of Corrections, and then there's a consecutive 1 to 15 year for the deadly weapon enhancement. So we're looking at a total of 3 to 30 years for that, and those charges
3 to
are not
30.
probationable. Do you understand those potential penalties?
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 2, that charge carries 2 to 15 years in the Nevada Department of Corrections and a fine up to $10,000. That count is probationable. Do you understand those potential penalties for that charge?
That's just for the robbery, just a lone robbery.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that sentencing is strictly up to the court, so nobody can promise you probation, leniency, or special treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a copy of your guilty plea agreement in front of me. On page 6, you initialed it AM. Did you sign that?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your signature, your initials?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before you signed that, did you go over it with your attorney, Mr. Rutledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the entire guilty plea agreement before you signed off on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your attorney answer all your questions before you signed off on this deal?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your attorney or anyone else force or threaten you in any way to make you sign off on the deal?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are giving up the constitutional rights that are listed in this document by pleading guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about your constitutional rights?
No.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could result in negative immigration consequences?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you discuss your case and your rights with your attorney?
No.
Do you have any questions for me regarding your case or your rights in this matter?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read the third amended fourth superseding indictment, and you tell me if these are the facts that cause you to plead guilty today, okay, sir? So it states, at and within the county of Clark, state of Nevada, on or about January 12th, 2023 and January 21st, 2023, count 1, you Along with Raven Queen, Sean Jackson, and Derek Lamont Roberts, did on or about the 12th day of January 2023, willfully, unlawfully, and feloniously take property, to wit, keys, from the person of Cordero Brady or in his presence without the consent and against the will of Cordero Brady, by means of force or violence or fear of injury, immediate or future, to his person, the person of a member of his family, or anyone in his company at the time of the robbery, you using force or fear to obtain or retain possession of the property, prevent or overcome resistance to the taking of the property, or to facilitate escape, with use of a deadly weapon, to wit, a firearm, you being criminally liable under one more of the following principles of criminal liability, to wit: 1, you directly committed that crime. 2, you aided or abetted in the commission of the crime with the intent that the crime be committed by counseling, encouraging, hiring, commanding, inducing, and or otherwise procuring the others to commit the crime. And or 3, pursuant to a conspiracy to commit the crime with the intent that the crime be committed, defendants aiding or abetting and or conspiring by acting in concert throughout. Count 2 is the battery of use of a deadly weapon resulting in substantial bodily harm. It states.
Yeah. Count 2. He's one of the shooters. This was one of the shooters because Derek was in the car. Raven Queen was in the car, so it was him and Lamont. Antoine and Lamont were the shooters, and because Derek Roberts already pleaded guilty to 8 to, I think it was either 8 to 19 years or something like that. 8 to 18 years. A long time. He got a long time in jail before he get out, and all of his times is running consecutive. So he gotta maybe parole out to go to the next one, or he's gonna be up in there for 15 years or 18 years. Now, the first charge was stealing other keys. So they broke in the house, stole the keys, went upstairs, tried to force him to give up more. And then that's when the shooting happened. And that's what the second count of bodily harm. It's crazy, man.
States that you, along with Raven Queen, Sean Jackson, and Derek Roberts, did on or about January 12th, 2023, willfully, unlawfully, and feloniously use force or violence upon the person of Cordero Brady with use of a deadly weapon with a firearm by shooting at and into the body of Cordero Brady with that firearm, resulting in substantial bodily harm to him, you being criminally liable under one or more of the following principles of criminal liability, to wit: 1, you correctly committed that crime. 2, you aided or abetted in the commission of the crime with the intent that the crime be committed by counseling, encouraging, hiring, commanding, inducing, and or otherwise procuring the others to commit the crime. And or 3, pursuant to a conspiracy to commit the crime with the intent that the crime be committed, you aided or abetted and or conspired by acting in concert throughout with the other defendants. And then finally, count 3, you and or Trevon Anthony Watkins and or an unidentified co-conspirator did on or about January 21st, 2023, willfully, unlawfully, and feloniously take property, to wit: a 2019 Mercedes-Benz GLC 600 bearing California license 8FNN057 from the person of Theodore Ellen or in his presence without the consent and against the will of Theodore Ellen by means of force or fear or violence or fear of injury immediate or future to his person, the person of a member of his family, or of anyone in his company at the time of the robbery, using force or fear to obtain or retain possession of the property, to prevent or overcome resistance to the taking of the property, and or to facilitate escape with use of a deadly weapon, to wit: an AR-15 firearm bearing serial number NS074186 or other unknown make, model firearm, you being criminally liable under one of the following principles of criminal liability, to wit: 1, you directly committed that crime. 2, you aided or abetted in the commission of the crime by counseling, encouraging, hiring, commanding, inducing, and or others procuring another to commit the crime with the intent that the crime be committed. You and or Trevon Anthony Watkins and or an unidentified co-conspirator entering into a course of conduct where you and Trevon Anthony Watkins and or an unidentified co-conspirator approached and entered Theodore Ellen's vehicle, whereupon you demanded the keys to the vehicle. Thereafter, you directed Trevon Anthony Watkins and or an unidentified co-conspirator to shoot Theodore Ellen, whereupon Trevon Anthony Watkins and or the unidentified co-conspirator, armed with an AR-15 firearm, pointed that firearm at Theodore Ellen. Thereafter, Theodore Ellen exited the vehicle, and you and Trevon Anthony Watkins and or an unidentified co-conspirator then drove the vehicle away. You and your co-conspirators acting in concert throughout and or through pursuant to a conspiracy to commit the crime.
So those guys were the guys that CJ So Cool talked to the guy in court, and the guy in court said, yeah, when they was robbing me, they said, hurry up and give up the keys before we shoot you like we did that YouTuber. He didn't know who they was talking about because he's just an older man. Probably don't even watch YouTube unless it's to like learn how to fix his sink or something like that. But so that's how they got caught, or that's how they linked them to the CJ So Cool robbery, because they said we're gonna do you like we did that YouTuber. As soon as the police found that out, they was like, oh, so these are the same guys who did the CJ So Cool robbery. We got to get these guys off there. He probably was like, man, you lucky because they shot him 4 times when he fought back. So that's crazy, man. Yeah, yeah. But this is the sentence that he can get probation for. And what we're gonna see, we're gonna see if he actually gets probation for this.
Are those all the facts that cause you to plead guilty to those 3 crimes that you are pleading guilty to today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find there is a factual basis for this plea, and it is freely and voluntarily answered. We're going to refer the case to the Department of Parole and Probation for preparation of PSI and set it down for sentencing on June 11th, 2024. That'll be the same date Mr. Jackson is there so that we can obviously coordinate efforts.
Person don't judge me. That's fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
that'll be the sentencing date. Thank you, sir. We'll see you back at that time.
Amended indictment.
Mr. Ports, we need the
Do you
amendment.
have that?
Yeah.
I'll file it for you.
Don't have a copy.
Can you just provide them today?
Yeah.
Isn't it the exhibit or no?
No, it's not. It's gotta be a filed copy.
Okay, just file it within 40 hours.
Yeah, thank you.
Page 1, Raven Queen, C371483. Ms. Queen is present with Mr. Erickson. We still have Mr. Ports for the state. This is on for a calendar call, and you're moving to continue.
Yes, Your Honor, we are, and for the record, Lance Menino was also.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning.
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
It looks like Raven Queen has another attorney because, man, she's facing some of the most serious charges like everybody else as the ringleader. This is not her first time, so she's like going to be either a habitual criminal or like she's going to have enhancements because she went to prison for the exact same thing before. So, and she's gang affiliated. So there's more. She's gonna do like 50 years.
Can we place Mr. Erickson under oath?
She don't need that lawyer. She gonna need both of them.
You do
All
solemnly
she
swear
can
the
get.
testimony you're about to give in this act must be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Thomas Aries.
All right, Mr. Erickson, what still needs to be done to get this portion of the case ready for trial?
Your Honor, as you're aware, I'm fairly new to the case. Mr. Menino is very new to the case. We have been trying to get up to speed, but with this particular part of the case that was separated from the larger, more comprehensive case, we have not had the opportunity to go through everything with our client and are not prepared to go to trial.
Additional investigation, perhaps?
Yes, Your Honor, and there are potential experts that are going to be needed that we need.
Okay. State what's your position.
We have,
All right, so I am going to grant the motion to continue finding good cause, specifically the need for additional investigation. And I will vacate the next week's trial date in this case. I will just have this trail, the homicide matter, and then once there is either a verdict, or once there's a verdict in that matter, we can address resetting this. Does that work for the state?
that's fine to say.
Okay. Any objection to that?
No, Your Honor, that's
Okay, so then the next date will be the status check, trial readiness, and the homicide.
Yeah, so they're gonna do the homicide trial before this other trial, which is I don't understand why they would do that, but I mean, cause some of like during the homicide, Raven was there and some other guys, not the Antoine. What was his name? Antoine something, but McDuffie, Antoine McDuffie. He wasn't there for the murder where they killed the man, where they shot him or beat him, and he was in a coma for like 6 months where he finally succumbed to his injuries in November of 2023, and then they enhanced it in January to a murder. So yeah, that's crazy, man. Everyday people, man. Let me know what y'all thinking there, man. Should he get the closer to the 3? Or should he get closer to the 30? I think as a 17-year-old man, put him out to about 32. So that's about 15 years. And at the least, 15 years at the least. And then, we'll see. But I don't think this dude should do anything less than 15. I mean, even though he's 17, sound like a kid, never finished the 11th grade. In fact, I think he's been in jail since the 11th grade. He would have been graduating this year. He would have been graduating this year because CJ got shot in 2023 in January. he was a junior in high school, he would have been a senior graduating this year. Instead, he won't even get to see his friends. He won't even see his friends for the next 15 years. Yep, that's a terrible way to live, man. Everyday people, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm holla at you later. Peace. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. And literally, we getting lit today, cause we got a package from Opulence Scents. There you go, Opulence Scents. Yes, we got us a care package. We got us a total of 3 candles, and we got some foam and bath wash. Now, I'm gonna try this out tonight, okay? Cause over here at the Everyday People, ain't nothing sweet but the Chardonnay, okay? But we're gonna take this foam and bath wash. We're gonna be sweet today. I wonder what I could use that on. Anyway, so we got the foam and body soap, and this is, I believe it's a Burberry flavor. Too bad I got allergies. But it's strong enough you can smell it through your allergies. That's crazy. Okay. Also, I have a candle. It says, "Pass me not, oh gentle Savior." Hit the Cashapp. Cashapp Everyday PJ. Okay. Also, this is the Burberry scent. Now, this does have specific directions, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim the wick to 1/4 inch, approximately 6 millimeters before lighting. Keep candle free of any foreign materials, including matches and wick trimmings. Burn only the candle on a level, fire-resistant surface. Do not burn the candle for more than 4 hours at a time. Okay, so we're gonna take the Pass Me Not. She named this specific scent after the communion. If you watch my lives, you know we do communion, and our song is "Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior." Okay, and we do that so you can don't pass me up and hit that Cashapp. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this wick. I got my flick your bick. Oh, pass me not, oh gentle Savior. Hit the Cashapp. Hear my humble cry, while on others thou art calling. Do not pass me by. Hit the Cashapp. Make sure y'all hit the links down below in the description. We got Opulence Scents, where you can get your 3-wick candle or the single wick candle, and you can get your foam body bath scrubber stuff. Anyway, keep it lit, big dog. Peace.